What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you're new to PulseChain, whether you're experienced, this is just good information to hear and know. All right, so if that sounds good to you guys, smash that thumbs up button as it helps me out on the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoy me or the content, smash that subscribe button and also tap that bell icon so you will not miss when I upload a video. Keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. With all that being said, let's run into it. So first thing I want to say is I apologize about the background noise. I'm in a hotel right now, so not much I can do. So now on to the task at hand. Let's talk about just PulseChain, right? Like, the main point in this video is how to win, all right? Because PulseChain is going to make millionaires. PulseChain is going to make a lot of millionaires, okay? Whether you sacrificed for either sacrifices or whether you didn't, it doesn't matter. You can still become a millionaire from PulseChain. It's very simple, really. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to acquire PulseChain and PulseX. Obviously, if you sacrificed, you're one step ahead. Congratulations, you got in early, right? But like I always say, people are always later than they are early, and that gets a lot of people down, thinking they've missed out. I just want to emphasize this: you have not missed out. The bridge just went live. Things are still in the works. Things are still getting fixed on PulseChain. There's a bunch of congestion. You are not late. So what do I mean when I say acquire PulseChain and PulseX? I'm talking about dollar cost averaging. All right, dollar cost averaging is the way to go, no matter what the price is, especially now because the price is very, very low. And when I'm talking about things like this, this is all based on your preference. If you have $5,000 and you just want to put $2,500 into PulseChain, $2,500 into PulseX right now, which it could be good, or you could get more from dollar cost averaging. Either way, you just need to acquire PulseChain and PulseX. But me personally and most other people just dollar cost average because they probably don't have $5,000 cash right now to put into crypto, right? A lot of us, we work a job, or we have side hustles, or we maybe have a business where, we get paid every week or every couple weeks or however it works. And with that paycheck, we take a percentage out and we invest it, all right? Or we have money set aside maybe, and we invest that every week or every 2 weeks or every month, however it works. But me personally, I'm dollar cost averaging, all right? I did have a stash of money I've been saving just for the launch of PulseChain. And I've been sharing that thought of mine on my YouTube channel for like 2 years now. But either way, once I get paid, money coming out of my check, and it's being dollar cost average into PulseChain and PulseX and HEX too. We cannot forget about HEX. So boom, 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 and that's it. I might play with some projects here and there with a little bit of extra money, whatever I'm gonna do. But the main projects that we're talking about to actually win, guys, is PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. That's all you really need, because this video is more tailored to people that have no idea. If you're new to the space of crypto, if you're new to PulseChain, you're not going to want to come into this space and try to get into every single project that you can. That's a big mistake I see a lot of people make is, they just started into crypto and they want to get into 30 projects right off the bat, which, I mean, that's good. But if you don't have the capital to keep up with that, you're going to minimize your gains over the long term, more than likely. Like, you'd probably make more if you put more into the main projects that are going to multiply the money, right? PulseX, PulseChain, and HEX. And there's no limit on what these coins can do. HEX has been reborn, guys. This is going to be in a separate video. I'm going to go all into this. I'm going to go into depth. I'm going to have a huge tutorial on my method called the double up method. So definitely stay tuned for that. But HEX has been reborn on a new chain with cheaper fees, faster times. It's insane. So once you are acquiring and dollar cost averaging, really, I could stop the video here. You don't have to listen on, because that's all you got to do, really. Like, to win in the PulseChain ecosystem, really to win, this is why it's so insane. All you got to do is dollar cost average into these coins. What is PulseX, right? The DEX on PulseChain, the buy and burn, all the features. PulseChain, what is that? It's the native token for PulseChain. What's the native token for Ethereum? How do you pay gas fees on Ethereum? Ethereum, right? So think about it. So if Ethereum exploded like it has, right? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. What do you think and innovated Ethereum is going to do? What do you think is going to happen, right? And you got to think the current price of PulseChain, I just checked, it's like 0.000, it's like 0.0001 or something. I don't know. It's low. All right, it's definitely low, and it's low enough for anybody to get in and get a good, decent bag. You know, no matter what, if you got into Ethereum at 30 cents, you would not be beating yourself up right now. If you got into Ethereum at $3, you would not be beating yourself up right now. Even $30, even $300. If you bought Ethereum at $300 like I did, way back when, you're not beating yourself up. I'm telling you, you're not. So if you can get into PulseChain and PulseX when they're only a fraction of a penny or maybe under, come on now. You're not going to be beating yourself up. And that's why I keep saying you're not late. You're not late. I just keep emphasizing that. Don't think you missed out, y'all. Don't think you missed out. The gain train is still not taking off yet. This is only the start, bro. This is only the start. But yeah, the main point is accumulation of these assets. Okay? Now, moving on to the second point is staking in liquidity farms, all right? Providing liquidity for PulseX. You know, how this DEX works is there has to be liquidity for people that want to make these trades. I've talked about liquidity before in my other videos. It's when you put two tokens together, you make LP tokens out of them, you stake those LP tokens, and then you earn yield in incentive token. And that's, I forgot to even mention incentive token. That's another coin that you're gonna need to have. But this is definitely subjective, right? Because some people worried about impermanent loss and things like that. But I'm going to leave a link down in the description below to his post. He made a great post about it. Shout out to him. Basically saying that impermanent loss on PulseChain is impossible because if you compound the interest from the incentive token, you're making up for impermanent loss. I read it. I thought about it. It's just great analysis, and Richard Hart's a genius, right? So this is very subjective, but the second point is providing liquidity. When you provide liquidity, like I said, you earn that yield. Liquidity needs to be there for our ecosystem to run correctly. You know, if you maybe want to trade, let's say that you want to trade ICOSA for HEX. Okay, let's just say that. Well, if there's no liquidity there, you can't do it. How are you going to do it? You're not. And maybe if you do it, you're going to have a huge price impact because there's not enough liquidity. So liquidity needs to be there. So why not help everybody out and get the incentive token? That's the second part of winning. But definitely, like I said, that is subjective. Definitely read about it. Make sure you know what impermanent loss is. Make sure you do the due diligence and you make that up for yourself. But like I said, I'm going to leave that link to that post. Great post. And I personally do think that if you compound interest with the incentive token you earn from providing that yield, impermanent loss isn't there. That's just how it is. But like I said, definitely think about it. And the third thing I want to talk about real quick is staking. All right, so if you remember on on the test nets, the earlier ones at least, there was pools, right? You could just stake your PulseX itself and earn PulseX. You could just stake your PulseX and earn rewards, right? So that's another thing. When you're dollar cost averaging into these tokens, if there's pools for them, and you don't need to use all of them, stake them. There's no reason to leave them sitting in your wallet. I mean, there is, because there's going to be mad gains in the future, but you might as well stake them, especially early like this, because when you stake early like this is when your yield percentage is going to be way up. So if you have 5 million PulseChain and 5 million PulseX, and you know damn well you're not going to use all that, stake 4 million Pulse and stake 4 million PulseX. There you go. There's no reason in letting it sit there for no reason when you can be earning more of it and compounding it. That's just more gains for you. And it's there because it's a great feature from Richard Hart himself. Now 4, we're going to get to the good part. To the one that is going to set up retirement money, that's going to do everything. That's going to be HEX. That's going to be mining HEX, all right? Especially on PulseChain. Like I said, I got a really interesting video coming out soon, so you got to stay tuned. Because I'm going to show you how to get HEX yield crazy. Blow your mind. HEX yield and HEX is going to be our retirement account in this ecosystem. You're already dollar cost averaging into HEX. Make those mines. Mine it. 500 days here, 1,000 days here, 200 days here, 350 days here, 50 days here. You got to think, now that we're on a new chain, gas fees aren't going to be insane like that. So it's worth it to make little stakes here, bigger stakes there, because the gas fees are cheap. They're cheap. Utilize it. Ladder it. Wait for my video. HEX is our retirement. And the funny thing about this is, if you haven't realized, everything you're doing in this ecosystem alone, and hopefully you've been doing this whole time in crypto, is you're setting yourself up in every single way. You're investing, you're buying assets. 2, you're putting those assets to work for you to earn more of that asset. And you're putting money up, okay? You're putting money up to do what? Work for you and give you more of that. It's just like any other investment out in the real world. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And you're doing it all in this ecosystem. So not only are you earning this yield, are you investing in a good place, in my opinion, you're also doing it on the platform, on a technology that has the biggest rate of return ever. The biggest rate of return ever. What assets do a 10,000x? What assets do a 10,000x? Okay, what assets? HEX, couple of others. Show me another asset where you can turn $1 into $10,000. All right, people did that with HEX. People did that. That happened. Okay, that happened. So mine HEX, utilize HEX. It's reborn, cheaper. It's way cheaper to use HEX now. Ethereum HEX, I don't think it's done because there's so much value already on the chain. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion on it because PulseChain is here now. So yeah, guys, I just explained to you how to win it in this space. All right, I just shared with you some sauce. I shared with you how we're gonna get this money and the easy way to do it. You don't got to do all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Take this from me. I don't have a lot of time to do stuff. If I had more time to do stuff like on my computer and do this and that, I'd probably have a lot more stuff than I like really do. And it's not hard. You know, this is easy. This is not very time consuming. You check up on your stuff here and there. You know, take that from me, someone who's really, really busy. I'm always busy. If I can get it done, you can too. Like, seriously. Especially when the rate of return at this caliber is on the line. You know what I mean? Especially when we're going to get this money like this. The time that we put in, even if it's a lot, even if it's a little, it's worth it. But yeah, so we just talked about how to win in the PulseChain ecosystem. If you have any comments, if you have anything you want to add, leave it down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like I said, do me a favor, tap that thumbs up button and that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one, all right?